Hello, friends, and welcome back to Crow's Thrifty Finds. My name is Melanie. For this week, I'm going to focus specifically on my amazing week of sourcing. It has been one of my best weeks ever. It's not so much that I found a million things, it's that the things I did find had good value to them. So, price-wise, what it adds up to, what the profits are just huge numbers for me personally. I'm sure there's people doing a lot more and bigger and better things than I am, but for me, this week was amazing. So I am going to tell you about that. So the first three items, group of items that I got, all three of these came off Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if you all source off Facebook Marketplace. Feel free to leave a comment whether you do or don't. I personally have had some of my best sales and highest sales come from items that I purchased off of Facebook Marketplace. So I check it regularly. I check it daily, multiple times per day, and hope that I get first dibs on something incredible. And that's exactly what happened these past couple of weeks. Past week. So first thing I want to mention is a lot of video game systems. I will put the listing up right here. They wanted $30 for all of this, and I have it all next to me. I could not believe that nobody beat me to it for something like this. I never am able to get video games in this town. I don't know if there's a lot of resellers or what the deal is, but somebody always beats me to the video games. But it didn't happen this time. Melanie was the winner, which is awesome. So let me show you. So here's the box. First thing we have is an Atari 5200. Gosh, these things are big. So I am pricing these off of part value and then also the high end where they actually work. I've been told by the lady who I bought these from that everything works supposedly, but you just never know. You can't tell with Marketplace. So first thing that's in the box is this Atari 5200. There are two joysticks that also go with it. So we've got these two. They appear pretty tight, which is good. I've heard that's important when it comes to reselling these Atari joysticks. So that's item number one. Item number two is a Sega Dreamcast. And this comes with two controllers and that little piece that goes inside the controller. I forget exactly what it's called because I don't usually sell consoles because I usually can't get them. So yeah, two controllers. No games. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. There was one game in there. This is the only game that came with all of these. I asked the lady if she had games and she said no. But yeah, this is NFL Blitz 2000. Probably not the best game out there, but I know my husband was pretty excited when I mentioned it to him, so it's worth it to somebody, I guess. So next item, I have a PlayStation 1 Mini and a couple of controllers that go with it. These actually have some value. These can sell, if they work, around $50. So nobody needs to knock the PS1 as long as it's one of these little mini units. And I know there's another screen you can get too that goes with it, and that would up the value even more. But this did not come with that. So this is just your run-of-the-mill PS1 Mini, but still pretty cool. Next item is actually on the floor because I was plugging it in. There's a Nintendo 64 included as well. And there's two controllers and and they're both Nintendo branded ones. This one is actually worth $40 alone on eBay. So that was exciting to get the clear green one. The other one's just the regular controller. And last but not least, in here we have a PlayStation 2 Silver Slim. These also have a little bit of value. Could not believe it at all. So this was incredibly exciting. It was a great find. I was very lucky to get it. And apparently the lady said her phone was blowing up afterwards, and I don't doubt it. I said, you can take that down because I am taking it out of your hands. So that is item number one that I sourced off Marketplace this week. Number two, I was fortunate enough to get a set of 10 Monster High dolls. And as you all know, I love Monster High, so I buy these a lot. And this, I noticed this lot was really good. There was some rare ones in there. One of them is actually already sold for $60. I can show you that up on the screen. But yeah, there's a bunch more, and I've got them all bagged and organized. A lot of them sell in the 20s, like the mid 20s. But for paying $25 for all of them, clearly I'm already in the green. I'm only going to get more in the green when I sell the rest of them. And at the bare minimum, you don't usually see a Monster High doll sell for less than $10 unless it's in bad condition. And these ones have their outfits. There is no need to sell any nude. These are going to be some good profits. I've done estimates on the lower end, but you figure I won't get less than $10 for each one. So there's at least $90 left of profit on this, but it will, in reality, it'll be more. I'm just guessing as low as possible to not be one of those YouTubers that gives these really high, outrageous numbers. I want to be honest with you guys, and, I'd rather give lower numbers than, super impressive higher ones that people, may not believe. And, I don't want to lie to anybody either. So, the last item or set of items, I should say, that I got off Marketplace this week, and this has been months in the making, actually. I've been writing this person. They lived about an hour from here, and they had a lot of 29, Bratz dolls. And I wanted them, and this person is sort of a reseller themselves, so I did not get these for the deal of the decade or anything. But I did buy the large lot of them for $200, and there are quite a few rare ones mixed in. Really, I needed inventory when it came down to it because I'm running low. Garage sales are starting to be few and far between. So I recognize that while I spent $200, my estimate at this point and how much I'm going to make is probably going to be about $150 on these. But there are, like I said, there are rare ones in there that I believe will sell for higher values. So I don't believe that I'm going to break even or anything like that. It's not that. It's just, it's hard to say at this point in the game what these sell for, but keep watching the channel and you'll get to see as we go, and I'll keep you posted. So those were my finds that came off Facebook Marketplace this week. I'm so happy that I was finally able to get those Bratz dolls after months, and that video game lot for $30 was just absolutely insane. And of course, the Monster High dolls were a steal also. So I am thrilled at everything that I've got. And now the other items that I've got this week were really amazing also, and these came from thrift stores and garage sales. So I'm going to show you that footage now, and then at the end I'll give you a total on what I expect to make off of all of this amazing stuff. So stay tuned. Here I am at Goodwill trying to find amazing things, and I do find an amazing thing. It is this dragon. It's from the video game Skyrim. It has a little crack on the side of its head, but Goodwill wants $15, and this sells on eBay for over $100. Right? So I am more than happy to take it with me and pick it up. What a great find. Next, I'm at a garage sale, and I'm looking at plush, and I see this Kion. He's brand new in his box, and on eBay he sells for $40. She wants $5 for him, so I am going to pick him up and move on. Next, I'm at a different garage sale, and I'm checking out some Asics Sneakers. These are vintage from the 90s. So cool. So I definitely am going to get these. They're $5, and on eBay they should sell between $30 and $40. So definitely worth picking up. Next, I'm looking at jackets at the same garage sale. This Patagonia jacket is beautiful. It is new, and they said the tags were removed, but it was never worn. They wanted $25 for it, so that was a yes for me. And I should be able to sell it for over $100. Next, I'm looking at a vintage North Face jacket. This is such a nice, timeless jacket. And with it being Gore-Tex, it's pretty valuable. These sell on eBay for $75-ish. So these are great. So I didn't have my camera on, but I just got a pretty cool pickup at a garage sale here in town that I just wanted to show you all. It's a Goonies glass. Goonies promo glass, it looks like. It's from 1985. Really cool. I picked it blind. I just looked it up since I got in my car, and it looks like it sells in the 20s, possibly low 30s with free shipping. That's what I saw it sell for. So that is really, really cool. I don't see stuff like that very often. And who doesn't love the Goonies? So my guess is that will sell pretty easily. I'm back at Goodwill, and I am in what I like to call the smelly things section, and I spot a discontinued product. This Victoria's Secret Midnight Mimosa scent. There is a spray bottle and 2 lotions, and what I think I'm going to do with these is I'm going to lot them together. Alone, the spray bottle sells for $40, but I'll probably price competitively and sell it as a lot for $55, and hopefully somebody will purchase it for that. If not, I'll split them up and see how that goes. Next, I am looking in the same Goodwill, and I see a ski hill. It is a Mr. Christmas Christmas Village hill, and obviously it works. It's plugged in. Goodwill wants $15. These sell on eBay for about $80, so definitely worth picking up. So that is going home with me. Next, I'm heading over to Salvation Army, and I see that they have brought out a new cart, so I'm kind of booking it over there, and I see some Merrell hiking boots. They are in really good condition, like new. They're not the most expensive shoes ever, but Salvation Army wants $2.99 for them, and I can sell them in the 30s. So as you could see, I found amazing things this week while sourcing. It's just been fantastic. So I promised you I'd give you some figures on what I'm going to make off of all this stuff. As you can see, it's got quite a bit of value. So the low end, that's if, I end up selling the video games for parts, if the dolls don't sell as high as I think they're going to. The low end of the profit for this week was $947. That's the least I could make off of what I've got right now. And the high end of that is $1,297. So finding possibly $1,297 worth of stuff in 1 week is a great week. I wish I could have every week like that. Maybe I could quit my regular job and just resell and prove to my husband that I can do it. But yeah, it's not like that every week. That's not reality. This is an extraordinarily good week. So but yeah, feel free to leave a comment about what your best week was for sourcing. I'd love to know. I'd love to see how others are doing. I'm rooting you on, just as I hope you're rooting me on. It's nice to have a community out there where we support each other. So that's a wonderful thing. So I thank you all for watching this week. Definitely don't forget to hit that like button and also to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be making videos every week. And again, my name is Melanie. This is Crow's Thrifty Finds. I'll see you next week.